Welcome to Alchemist of Self, the podcast for big dreaming, trailblazing, heart-led, high achiever baddies. Here we dive deep into the realms of spirituality, self-discovery, and subconscious mindset work. We'll explore the art of shadow work and stepping into your full authentic power. This is a space for visionaries, entrepreneurs, and creatives ready to make a massive impact. Get ready for potent insights, soulful conversations, and magnetic energy that will encourage, support, and inspire you to become the most authentic, confident, and unstoppable version of yourself. Let's transform together, one episode at a time. Hi, my loves. Welcome to another episode of Alchemist of Self podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about something that I have recently been made aware of through my oracle cards. I pulled a card a few weeks ago, and it really called me towards looking into, it very much told me to look into the 12 laws of karma. Because when I read into it, I was like, damn, I actually have really embodied most of these 12 laws of karma, just intuitively, being an intuitive witchy bitch. I found myself having more of a confirmation reflection when reading these 12 laws of karma. And of course, there were a couple of them which I was like, okay, need to master that a bit more and intend to embody that a bit more. But I really wanted to come here and share about the 12 laws of karma because I know that I will be able to speak from personal experience and lessons, integrations, embodiment into some of these laws of the 12 laws of karma and actually share some tangible storytelling experiences through these. All right, so first up we have the first law of karma, which is the law of cause and effect. So an example of this is, if you want love in your life, be loving to yourself. Or whatever thoughts or energy you put out there, you will get back. So this is a very interesting one if you tune into last week's episode all about manifestation, where I shared all about the formula that I have concluded and integrated about manifestation, what the actual formula of manifestation tangibly looks like for you. Because I know a few years ago I wanted to know, someone give me the tangible fucking thing for me to apply to start to embody like the energy, the magnetism of manifestation. So if you haven't listened to that, go back and listen to that. But this law of cause and effect does play nicely into something that I shared about in last week's episode, which is whatever thoughts or energy you put out, you get back. So this is where I spoke last week about the importance of working on the inner work to rewire your self-belief so that you can then become the person that does take the aligned action, that does have the belief of themselves, that does feel worthy and valuable and knows how fucking valuable they are, that does then also become magnetic in their authenticity, in the way that they hold themselves and show up, and the way that their personality becomes more radiant, and in return also then affects the habits and behaviors and the inspired action to take. That all just becomes this magnet to your desires and intentions. So the law of cause and effect really much is that. It's the becoming of what you desire, becoming the version of you that would be able to actually hold that desire, that would actually be able to hold like the relationship that you're calling in, the the opportunities that you're calling in, the clients that you're calling in, the experiences that you're calling in. It's about becoming. So it's all about shifting the belief so that you can become the frequency and the energy of all that you're calling in. So if you want it, show up to the devotion of yourself to become the frequency, the energy, and have the thoughts that will allow you to attract it. The second law of the law of karma is the law of creation. So the way this law works is that life doesn't just happen. To make things happen in your life, you need to take action instead of waiting. Again, the manifestation formula that I spoke about last week is it's not just about intending, visualizing, desiring, and just being like, I want it so bad, and all you got to do is just think about it and ask for it and intend it. And like, yes, that is a key of manifestation, but you also have to take the inspired action. When that inspiration hits, you have to trust and believe in yourself enough to do the fucking thing. It's a co-creation, and it's a law of karma. So I'll repeat that again. Life doesn't just happen. To make things happen in your life, you need to take action instead of waiting. Inspired and aligned action, baby. All right, the third law of the law of karma is the law of humility. So be humble enough to accept your current reality as the result of your past actions. This one can, for some of you, maybe be a bit like your ego wants to come up and play with this idea. And I get it. It can be really fucking uncomfortable and like a big slap in the face to have to accept and take responsibility of the part that you have played in the creation of your current reality. Like the past version of you that has created this current reality. But the power in knowing that everything you do today affects your future. So the way that you stay devoted to yourself, to your inner work, to your self-regulation, to your self-love, to your dharma and your soul purpose, to your authenticity, and take aligned and inspired action and keep expressing yourself and bringing value into the world and being of service is only going to keep compounding and becoming a more beautiful and more fucking magical tomorrow. So be humble enough to take the self-responsibility of understanding the part that you played in creating your current reality with so much love, acceptance, and forgiveness for yourself, for your past versions of yourself, and knowing the power and the magic of what you do today affects your tomorrow, and that it continues to compound on itself the more devoted you stay to your self-regulation, to your self-love, to your self-development, and just becoming the baddest bitch you ever knew. So the fourth law of the law of karma is the law of growth. Growth starts within. To positively shape the world, you need to start with yourself. I mean, that ties in everything I've just said. I feel like elements of what I've just said, and also elements of what I spoke about in last week's episode to do with the formula of manifestation. It really truly is this, that 80% inner hustle to align yourself to your authenticity, to your clarity, to your dharma, to your self-belief and self-worth and value is what's going to affect the way that you radiate and the person you become and what that person does in this world. and shows up and shares the magic and creations and healing and services because you believe in yourself enough to know that you can fucking do it. Like, why not me? Why not me? Why not you? Right? But it all starts with the inner growth, with the inner devotion of yourself, of showing up 80% internally for yourself, so that then that 20% of outer hustle can be in such is so divinely inspired and aligned for exactly where you're meant to be going, because you trust that, because you've done enough work internally to trust yourself. The fifth law of karma is the law of responsibility. I feel like this one ties in with the law of humility, but what the law of responsibility says is that you are the product of the choices you make. So again, I already touched on this in the law of humility, same idea. The sixth law of karma is the law of connection. And it says, who you are today is the result of your previous actions. Who you will be tomorrow will be the result of your actions today. And also what's beautiful about that is, because it's all connected, is that the way that you devote yourself today and tomorrow and the next day and stay devoted and consistent to your healing, to your inner work, to your empowerment, to your self-development, to your dharma, to your purpose, to being of value and of service with your soul gifts, it also will heal the connection of your past versions of yourself, but also your ancestral line and your past lives. So just knowing the power in that too. Not only is it creating limitless possibilities for your future self, but also what it's doing to heal your past selves. The seventh law of karma is the law of focus. Now, the law of focus is focusing on too many things at once can slow you down and lead to frustration and negativity. So concentrate on one thing at a time. Oosh. Now, this one I really want to touch on because I have a lot of experience in this one, baby. And it's something that I also have taught my past clients about. And it's this idea that I also learned from one of my past coaches. And I'm going to give you the picture of this now. So you can't be pregnant with a 1-month-old, a 3-month-old, a 6-month-old, and a 9-month-old at the same time. They all need different nutrients at these different stages. And for you to, it's just not even possible for you to give the nutrients and the energy to each phase of each baby at these different stages of what they need. It's impossible to birth them all or to create them all and birth them all successfully at the same time. The same goes with your creations, with your soul business, with your ideas and projects and visions. It's the same thing. You need to allow yourself to create and birth successfully one of the ideas at a time before creating and birthing a new idea. And like I said, I am a fucking pro at what it looks like, or what it looked like in the past for me when I used to try to birth too many ideas at a time. Basically, I ended up burning myself out. Now, I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to go into it today, and maybe I'll make a new episode sometime in the future about this again. But I was trying to implement and birth and create too many businesses at the same time, and giving all of them my all. I wasn't giving all of them my all. I was just giving all of myself to all of them. But then wondering, why the fuck is nothing popping off? Why am I not succeeding? Why am I not having my breakthroughs? Why is money not coming in? Blah, 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 blah. It's because of the law of focus. focus on one thing or it will lead to frustration and negativity, and it fucking does. And I've also seen this with past clients where I've had to coach them into this mindset shift of trusting that just focus on one idea at a time, give it your all, and then you can always come back to the other ideas. But what you'll probably find most likely is that once you've really dedicated to birthing one project, one idea at a time, like you've gone all in now, whether it works out or it was just a lesson, either way, you gave it your all. You really saw it through and decided whether it was going to be a success and whether it was going to be something that really felt true for you, or whether it was just a trial and error and you learned some lessons along the way. But either way, you've devoted yourself, you've committed yourself to it. And you might find that the things that you thought that you didn't want to let go of when you were trying to do all the things at once and you had all the ideas and didn't know which one to focus on, you might find that the other ideas just don't even, you have no interest in them anymore. And I've spoken about this on a guest interview that I was on a podcast called Owning Your Authenticity, was to create a triangle on a paper, and at the top you put your most priority idea, business, project, vision, creation. The most priority, the one that you feel most fucking lit up by, the one that is just such a soul urge calling for you that there's no fucking way you could give that one up. And then next one is the next priority, and less priority, and the least priority at the bottom of the triangle. Now you focus at the top, knowing that you're not giving any of them up, but you need to focus on the most priority, and then you can come working down the line or working down the triangle. And like I said, what you'll find is probably this amount of the triangle is going to drop out and you're going to have no interest in it down the line. But it's so funny how it's actually a law of karma is this: focus on one thing. And for sure, if you focus on too many things, they will slow you down. They will create frustration and most likely will create burnout too, coming from me. All right, we've got the 8th law of karma, which is the law of giving and hospitality. If you want to live in a peaceful world, you need to focus on cultivating peace for others. So no fucking dramas, baby. No fucking passive aggressiveness. No fucking people pleasing to the point where you become a bitch because you couldn't put boundaries in place, baby. You need to work on that, darling. Do some inner work to understand why you continuously keep disowning your own boundaries. That's another story for another time. But no, you want to be the peace, the safety for others. Take honor in the fact that somebody felt your energy is safe enough and open enough. Take that as an honorable duty to keep that protected. 9th law of the law of karma is the law of here and now. Get rooted in your senses. Now, I personally added to that sensuality, embodiment, and regulation. But the quote for the law of here and now is, I am here. And again, this is where the trust and surrender of being comes through the devotion of self-regulation every fucking day, whether it's breath work or whether it's exercises and movement or maybe meditation, tapping, grounding, putting your feet on the earth. Sensual dance is beautiful too. Resting, pausing, trusting yourself enough to allow yourself the key element of just being here and now plays such a massive role in manifestation, but in living a fulfilled life that you're continuously desiring and intending. Because if you cannot be in here and now, in the gratitude of what already exists, what you've already manifested through your past intentions, you're never going to be fulfilled, baby. Because even the way manifestation works a lot of the time is suddenly we're living our intentions, and it's not this big like black or white or like this big shift in reality. Sometimes it is. Sometimes we definitely manifest big fucking opportunities that are just like life changing. But a lot of the times the manifestation is very like, it's such a becoming that it's just a journey where all of a sudden you look around one day, and if you don't have the practice of here and now, of gratitude, you probably will miss what you've manifested already, that you fucking begged for, that you fucking intended and desired in the past. And it's already become through the process of becoming, of the devotion, of the aligned action, of the intention, and you already live in it. But unless you can actually pause and be grateful and be here and now, you're probably going to miss it all. And what's the fun in that? The 10th law of the law of karma is the law of change. History will continue to repeat itself until you learn and take steps to do something differently to stop the cycle. Well, ain't that the fucking truth? Collectively, but also personally, and also ancestrally, right? So again, staying devoted to your inner work will guarantee the change. It is not enough to just say, I don't want to become like my mom or like my dad or someone else who raised you. I don't want to this. I don't want to that. I will never be that. Yes, you will. It will happen unless you actually show the fuck up and commit to yourself and commit to your devotion to your inner work, to break through the cycles, to break through the loops, the patterns of maybe your own integration of your own experiences and beliefs, but also from your family lineage, your ancestors, past lives, and societally, like paving your own path, being a trailblazer, being a visionary, a pioneer, an innovator, and coming up with the innovative perspectives and ideas to break through patterns. But all of that will actually happen when you stay devoted to your inner work. It's not enough to just say, I don't want it. I don't want to be like that. I'm not going to be like that. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You will subconsciously, unconsciously be that or become that unless you actually show the fuck up and do the work that needs to be done to break through the beliefs, the wiring, the habits, the patterns, the loops, the traumas. Then you can guarantee change. But otherwise, history will repeat itself and you will be stuck in a cycle. And we all have it. We all have it, baby. So you're not alone on this fucking wild roller coaster ride. But just show the fuck up and stay devoted. The 11th law of karma is the law of patience and reward. Be consistent in your goals and they will come to fruition. I mean, that's self-explanatory. I feel like I've already touched on that through some of the things I've talked about already. But yes, stay consistent to your goals. Stay devoted to your inner work. Stay devoted to the aligned action. And just knowing that the only way you will fail is by giving up. You cannot fucking fail unless you give up. Just know that. It will come to fruition for you. You will have your breakthrough. You will have your success. But be patient and the reward will come. Be consistent. Stay devoted. Trust. Know without a fucking doubt that it's going to happen for you. Even when you have those times of like, but is it actually going to work? Like, I've been putting in so much work. I've been putting in so much time. Don't be a bratty little bitch. So much love. I've been a bratty bitch too, don't worry. I've thrown my toys out of the cot and been like, but I've shown up and I've sold and I've talked about the thing and I keep fucking doing it, and why isn't it happening? Being a bratty little bitch. So just be patient and know it is going to happen for you as long as you don't give up. And the 12th law of karma is the law of significance and inspiration. Authentically sharing your skills and gifts is why you are here. Oh, I love this one. I love this one because this is about living your dharma, being the embodiment of your dharma, sharing your soul gifts with the world, with the way that you dress, with the way that you speak, with the way you share your wisdom, with the way you express your music, with the way that you hold space for others, the way that you love to cook and that's your love language, the way that you love to research and come up with innovative ideas and build businesses and be a pioneering bad bitch. Like, living authentically in your dharma, sharing your soul gifts, not only allows you to just live in fulfillment of your true path and become magnetic because of it to your desires and to all the good shit in this life, but you get to use your soul gifts to make this world a beautiful place by sharing it with others and affecting and impacting them. How fucking magical. And of course, this is my jam. This is my motherfucking jam as a soul purpose coach, is to help you activate deeper into your authenticity, into your dharma and your soul purpose, so that you can truly live your best fucking life and share that magic out into this world to create massive impact through just being a badass bitch. So, if you want to work with me one-on-one to break through any of the limitations that may have shown up for you, that you may or may not be aware of are there, you know something's a bit resistancy, something's not quite fucking hitting, then you know where to go. DM me one-on-one and we can discuss about putting together your own customizable one-on-one coaching package, including one-on-one coaching and also my alchemy sessions, which include shadow work of inner child healing, womb healing, past life regression, soul contract clearings, energy pulling, and all that deep energetic work also. That is all for this episode, my loves, and I will see you on the next one. Mwah.